What's up, everybody? I swear to God, every time I get ready to sit down, it never fails. Right as I sit down, 1,000 things need to be done. It's ridiculous. How is it this late? And I always have some shit right at the last minute to do. All right. Let's get some charts up here. Let's look at some shit. What do you say? All right. Let's get some stuff going here. What's up, everybody? Let's fade this music out real slow, right? Oh, that was kind of slow. I'm getting better at it. Whatever. All right. All right. We got a whole whopping 5 people on here so far. We'll give it a couple minutes. And we got everything recording right. It looks like it. Get some light on the subject. Bam. There we go. All right. So we got, what's up, Robert? I believe Robert is from the Forex group. Been talking to me over there on the Academy of Forex Discord channel. Good to see you. We got Harvey on here. What's up, brother? You ain't asleep? That's nice. Mr. Phibb, what's up? Frank, always in the house. GC Coinland, my man, is not Dre anymore. That's gonna throw me off, Dre. That's gonna throw me off. I need the ex baby mama back up there so I know who you are. Cause that picture, I don't know, man. I don't know about that picture, bro. I'm gonna need the ex baby mama back up there. Maybe a good look for you, but I can't tell who that is. I can't tell who that is. All right. Let me get this kicked over to the Discord channel real quick. I'm going to minimize this only for a second here. Just so I can pull up some other stuff. I'll leave the chart up here so we can see it also. I want to get this link sent over to the Discord channel real fast so I can... Really? What is this crap? I don't want to see this. There we go. 1 second while I share it. There we go. Alright. Now we got that done. Maximize. Alright. Glad everybody showed up. What's up, Jeremy? Of course we can look at EOS. So first things first. You know, Captain picked a CRV to do something, has to pay his debts. His debts to the society of the group. Tennessee Moonshine. Let's get this over with. Until CRV comes back around, y'all know the deal. I gotta pay. I'm about out though, luckily, so I'm almost out of this. I got maybe one more shot left in there. I know, bro. CRV just breaks my heart every time I look at it. But you know what? When we make mistakes, we pay for them. We don't pawn them off on nobody else. We just suck it up and deal with it, my man. And it was my call to get on that. Luckily, I got out. Some people didn't get out. I only took a minimal loss. I think I lost, what was 15%, 15% of 300, whatever that is, whatever that mathematics is, that's how much I lost. And then I got out, okay? So, a lot of people didn't. I left it up there just to remind myself every time I look at that shit that it was my fault. All right, here we go. Oh. Whew. Yeah, I'm chasing it. I don't even care. What's up, Darth? We got a good couple many people on here, so let's just get right on into it. All right, so Bitcoin did some shit today. I wasn't expecting it to do. But, I mean, it's kind of... I didn't necessarily expect it, but it's something that it could have done the whole time. So, I'll remove this smaller little fib set that I've got here on it. And we can see on the daily here And we can do a different chart too. It doesn't matter, but a weekly would show the same thing, I think. But we had this downward retrace and an upward return. It hit 786, and then it came back down again and did another downward retrace, and it kept making higher lows and higher highs here. And finally, it made a lower high, which made me think we were really going to start to pull down here. However, it didn't. It reversed course here a little bit on the daily and hopped up over the 50 MA, which I wasn't expecting to happen really. Also, the pivot line's right here. You can't see it because I've got a resistance line in the way. There you go. You can kind of see it. That's a monthly resistance line that I have right there. So, I didn't expect that to happen. I expected this thing to reject and come down just so it could finish its retracement. But it's just dragging its feet. Now, the thing is, I'm not overly concerned at this point still because we haven't broken this trend line here. The trend is clearly still down. All these small moves, all these up moves at the moment are still small in comparison to this big shit we had right here. We still haven't made a solid gain off of that yet. In my opinion, we're still tracking downward. It's just taking longer than I wanted. And I shorted here at 10,740. So I think I'm down like $10 at 10,740. But I didn't risk very much at all. I made my call on that and said I'm not going to risk much here. I don't want to take that chance of a big gnarly fallback. Hang on a second. I got a Twitter. Oh, okay. This guy here on Twitter likes some of my stuff today. I think he followed on YouTube. I don't know if he's watching or not. If he is, that's cool. You don't have to say anything. But I prefer if everyone talks. We all need to talk so we can learn together and share ideas. If one person knows better than me, I'm all for it. I actually talked to the guys on Telegram today and said the same thing. What's up, Robert? I said the same thing was basically that, if someone can show me something else here that shows me that we're going up, please do so. I want to see something else. I want to see a different direction here because I've been looking for down for quite a while now. And although we're still going down, we haven't had that hardcore plunge like I was expecting. We've come close. Just hadn't done it yet. The good news is we're still under 7. If you're looking for down, that's good news. We're still under the 786. We're testing the pivot now on the daily. It looks like it's holding at the moment. If it wants to come up a little bit more and try the 886, it's welcome to. But I don't want to see it break this pennant really, because if it breaks the pennant, there's a chance of up, and it's just going to drag out this shit so much more. Now we can play an up from there if you'd like. We can play an upward retracement on a bigger time frame, and we'll show you that now. Get rid of this one. Because I was looking at this a little bit today, I thought, okay, well maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm off on my time here, and maybe we're going to get some more movement here. So we do a weekly, and we look at it like this. All right. Kind of like so. All right, if we're looking at it from this angle, and we're doing weekly, then really this thing could break the pennant. It's starting to break the 8 now, right? It could break the pennant and come up here and hit the 50 and fade. Or it could break the pennant and come up here and hit this other resistance line, which I think Wale said today. He thought 11.8 would be the mark, which is, I see it, okay? But I think that would invalidate the dip if that happened down to close the gap, which hasn't closed yet. So that leaves me in a little bit of a conundrum. Do I play this up to come up here and test 786 up here where we got more resistance lines and stuff? Or do I still think this thing is coming down? Well, I'm stuck in limbo here. It kind of looks like up to me now. But I don't want to buy that. There's still too much shit here for me to want to buy. I still think it needs to come down here and test this hardcore support down here. It hasn't tested it but one time. And it's been a while. I still think it needs to come down here and test it again. And if it does, that's going to complete this head and shoulders here on this weekly. Which is here. Head, or shoulder, head. This will be shoulder. and then we'll get a nice snap up here over top of all-time high eventually, and or not all-time high, but over top of 12.5 and get moving here up toward this R3 up here where all-time high is. Okay, but we're not in that land yet, so I don't want to think about that yet. I'm still on daily, and I haven't seen it do much more than break some. Now, it did break some important stuff. I want y'all to know that. It broke the pivot. It broke the 50. But it hasn't done anything else. It's just sitting there now, which leaves me in limbo. It just makes me stop and think, okay, what is it going to do next? If you look at the futures chart, the moving averages are different because, like I said, this thing closes on the weekends. But even the moving averages chart on the futures, you know, it's starting to pull down. Oh, hold on. I don't know if we're skipping frames or not. Let me close this. Hold on a second. We're not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So it says. So let's give it a second and see if it clears up. Answer some questions real fast. See what y'all are saying real fast before I keep going. Can we look at EOS? Yes, we can. What's up, everybody? XLM is trying to tell y'all the Stellar Network coins are the ones that's popping. I've been in a funk last couple of days. Just need some gains. Yeah, I feel you, bro. What I think is ZRX. We'll look at that too. Let's see. Yeah, Harv, I'm stuck in her stupid deep. Pundy V, TV Throw are the ones I really feel were coded from Stellar. Y'all know I watched her hard. Let's see. Yeah, I do daily mostly. That's where I do most of my trading. However, I'll look far different than that. I want to do a speed test real fast right here and make sure my internet's not going full ape shit. Oh no, that's balling internet. That's plenty. That's plenty. 254 meg, yeah, that's plenty. So, let's see. I see it skipping just a little bit on YouTube, but not much. So I want to see it clear up. Anyway, I don't do only daily charts, but this is where I tend to look mostly because most cryptocurrency trades on the daily are the best way to go. You can do smaller time frames, but the smaller time frames are really only for futures trading, options trading, and stuff like that because the moves are so snappy that if you try to play the lower time frames, they throw you off, and you really start looking at stuff that isn't there, and you kind of get wide eyes. But if you stick to a daily or higher, you get a better picture of things. Like I said, I use the daily for the trading, but often I'll use the monthly or the weekly to follow the trends, okay? So the monthly, I start from the monthly and I work my way down. Monthly, weekly, daily. Monthly, weekly, daily. Real quick, because we're waiting on this stupid shit to stop saying we don't have enough data to stream smoothly. Even though we do. We'll wait. I haven't skipped any frames on the software. So I think it's strictly YouTube tripping balls right now. So we'll wait a minute. Alright, we'll look at that, Dre. Alright, first let's do EOS. Let's look at that first. We'll pull them up on both charts. We'll do the same thing on CoinTrader because, you know, sometimes CoinTrader teaches us something else. This thing's still saying not enough data. It's a damn dryer. Hey, man, you know what? There you go. I cut it off. Hey, man, I'll do this shit out the laundry room, bro. Us poor folk gotta do what we gotta do. And this is the most private place in the whole house. The laundry room. Oh, God. This lets y'all know right here, man, I ain't no damn pro. I'm just a dude. Just a dude. Alright. First coin trader. We saw the monthly. Looks like XMR. Looks like we got a nasty wick on that bitch on the daily. I don't like the way that looks. I don't like the way that looks. Hang on 1 second here. I'm going to chop this and see if I can get it to restart and do better. All right, hang on. There we go. Give it a second here. All right. I think that's better. Yeah, okay, now it says excellent. You know what? Maybe it was the dryer the whole time. And that's all it was. Is Keith does laundry at night.com. All what's up, Rug? Good to have you, brother. No, you ain't going to hell. We all love Tig Old Biddies. EOS. So, what I see is it's still under the 200. I don't like that. It looks like we had a tits play, which we're going to go over here in just a little bit because I wanted to have a separate recording just on the tits play via Darth because he came up with this system and it works. It's pretty cool. Under the 200, I don't like. It's over the 8, over the 21. That's nice and all, but it's under the 200. It's under the pivot. It bounced off of the pivot. It looks really nasty. I don't like to see big wicks like this ever. That reads down to me. Indicators. RSI's flat. Stock's a little high. Zero lag MACD's got a sell signal. I'm not buying this shit at all. It almost looks like this thing's going to have a moving average reset where the 50 comes down and swoops and the 100 swaps places with the 200, and we'll have the 200 on top, 100 in the middle, 50 on bottom. And when we have that, that's a bullish scenario. But we don't have that yet, and that's going to take several more days to play out. Which brings me back to Bitcoin. Again, it's the same situation here, but wider, okay? You have the 50 pinching down, the 200 pinching in, the 100 in the middle. That's not a bullish chart, okay? Moving average-wise, that's not a bullish moving average set. This is trying to reset itself, but it hasn't gotten there yet. So you'd want this 50 on the bottom and the 100 on the top. And that would be a bullish chart scenario. That would give you a really good price action set. But we don't have that yet. All we have is, let me pull up the Bitstamp chart, which doesn't have anything on it. And that way it's easier to look at. Because I see y'all I have all these lines on here, and it looks complicated. It starts to look ugly when I do all that shit. So, there we go. Now look, see, yeah, okay. It's easier this way. Yeah, the 50's coming down, the 100, the 200's coming up, and it all looks like they're going to swap places. This 50's going to cut through the 20, through the 100. It looks like it's going to happen anyway. Hasn't happened yet. If it doesn't, it's going to get a nice fake out right here, and that's going to give time for the 200 to move up some. The 100's going to start to curl over here soon. And all this is going to swap places. 200, 100, 50, like that. They may ball up. And if they ball up, that's also a good price action scenario, which is good. That's what we like to see. All I could hear was your girl's boulder holder loud and clear. It goes, the girlfriend's got some big old titties, too. I'm a boob guy. All day. Not even going to lie. Let's see. What else we got? Ancient Chinese secrets. It's all, bro. Once you go to China, I'm telling you, you learn all kind of stuff. China was crazy. I wish everyone could go because I know it's a communist country and it seems weird and stuff and all that, but it's cool over there because a lot of the people are super duper nice. They want to be in America so bad. They want to be us. They really do. Just sold on my pun to hit the stop loss. Needed to make those gains though. I fully get it. Laundry room joke, bro. It's fine. I'll take them all. What else did somebody say they want to look at? I know he said Vitho, Pundi, VT, and Vitho are the ones I really feel like were coded from Stellars. But look at those. Yeah, Pundi did some crazy shit, right? So did Spend Coin. Both of them had wild days. It was crazy. Both of them had really wild days. This thing's back up 13% again. Look at that thing go. Now you look at this and you say, oh my God, it's moon. We're full moon. But are we? Are we? Let's look and see. Come on, wireless mouse. Don't let me down. There we go. Yeah, we haven't even hit Sniper Alley yet. All of this, and we haven't hit Sniper Alley yet. Now, why did this kind of shit happen? What enticed this chart to do this? Well, I'll give to you this massive friggin' drop right here and this massive rise right here, which created this Bart Simpson formation. Okay, when this happens, we're looking for more to happen behind it. This came up with no support. It fell back down with no support, and now it's going back up with no support. It's got resistance right here. It's hitting it now. This is why all the wicks are happening, okay? There wasn't any resistance here. So it's free to move up faster. Simple enough. Looks like moon. It's not moon. It's just retracing upward. So, be careful. Be careful. If you were in it, you're getting a chance to get your money out. That's for sure. Spend Coin. With the market cap of, I think, 2 or 3 Bitcoin is the whole market cap on this coin here. Let's see. Man, China was awesome, bro, Frank. I'm telling you, dude. It was so cool. You can't understand the Great Wall of China until you walk on it. It's fucking mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I never understood the Great Wall until I got there. I thought it was cool that they built the wall as you could see from space. I thought that was neat. No. Once you get there, it melts your brain. Melts your brain. How the hell did they do that? With nothing. No power tools. Are you kidding me? No cranes? Where are the rocks? Where do stones come from? Like, it's crazy as hell. All right, people, stop blowing up my friggin' thing. I'm getting ding-a-dings like crazy in my ear. Want to see how much USDT is basically in use. I want to see if what can be flooded into the coins. All right, let's see. Let's look at some of that stuff you said a second ago. I just want to quickly look at Spend. It has such a low market cap that all moves are hard on Spend Coin. They really are. Every one of them is like a snap. So we have to roll with it. Let's look at ones you said. VET. Damn dogs are barking, and I don't even care. They can just bark. I don't even care. We're babysitting dogs too. Man, I'm telling you, dude, there's always some shit around here going on. It's never ever chill. It's always some shit popping off. Baseball tonight. 2 nights ago was baseball. Doubleheader. It never stops, man. It never stops. 2 little knucklehead kids, man. Alright, so here on VT. So we hit all-time high 3 months ago, which was cool. We hit all-time high. That was neat. But then we faded back down and we're heading for support, it looks like. We have some here. We haven't hit that yet. This is why I look at all these other stuff, right? Because we look at Bitcoin and we see it taking that pop up, and that's like, oh God, here we go. But if you look carefully at the rest of the market, it really hasn't shown that. When one moves by itself, we see one coin jump up like that. That kind of screams, back to me to stop and look again, okay? And we're seeing that happen. Really? I mean, there's a couple popping up, but there's 3,800 coins or whatever, 3,900 coins. Like, if it was really time, we'd see more movement. And we're really only seeing it from a couple. And I can't buy that totally. You know what I'm saying? I just can't buy that totally. I don't like that. Yeah, this TradingView is the same, so I'll use TradingView. When it's the same chart on TradingView as it is CoinTrader, I prefer TradingView. As I've said before, the interface is so much better on TradingView. Let's see here. So we got sniped out at 886. Still on top of the 8 monthly. RSI is okay. Stock is kind of high. This is why this needs to come down a little bit more, I think. So we got some support here. And then we got... Is there some here? Yep. Okay, maybe it doesn't fall that far. Maybe it just goes to... Looks like about 00827. But that's hard call, okay? I don't like to make that call like that. We're fighting the 200 MA now. And here's another thing. Bitcoin popping up over the 50 and all is great, but look at all these other ones heading to the 200, and Bitcoin hasn't done that yet, okay? Which also kind of screams to me that it's going to do it. Everything else is hitting the 200. You mean to tell me just this one isn't going to do that? The market all moves together. We know Bitcoin kind of dominates the market, and some of them pop off and do their own thing sometimes, and that's great and all. But for the most part, Mama Bitcoin, we're all listening to her. Do I own any Bitcoin? No, I don't. The gains aren't good enough on Bitcoin. All of these other coins right here have better gains, and this is only part of them. Here's another list. All of these coins have better gains. That's not all of them. Here's another list. These coins have better gains than Bitcoin, etc., 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 okay? Sorry, that's just the way it is. We use Bitcoin to gauge the market. We don't use Bitcoin to buy the market. Sorry. All right, so VFO. Let's look at that. I don't think that's on TradingView. I have some of this because I staked VET for quite a while on my ledger. Let's look at the CoinMarketCap and see if we can get a good price on this. Whenever you're not sure what an all-time high is or an all-time low is, we'll get on CoinMarketCap and find out. Oh my God, why is this so complicated? You just get on CoinMarketCap and it tells you all this stuff. Close enough. We'll get a Google response here. Oh my God. There we go. Come on. It's also a laggy website. Whatever. VFO. Give it a second. It goes sideways for now, down. It's always moves before XLM. All right, we'll look and see that. And this bitch is not moving at all. This website's a little laggy, man. I think they got shit servers, to be honest with you. I guess we'll just sit and wait all night. Whatever. We got all night, right? It's fine. Everything's fine. This is fine. 15.6 billion in Tether, Dre. Which is, volume of 41 billion per day. And XRP is 11 and 2. Tether's not far behind Ethereum. Dude, why? Why is this so laggy? It's like the laggiest website ever. Oh my God. Let's do CoinGecko. It doesn't lag as bad. We'll do this one. And we'll search for VFO. Alright, and the all-time high is 0467 on it. 04, let's pull the fib on it. 04 0461 is pretty close. We're about here. All right, so what I see so far, let's go down to the weekly. We don't have much chart here. Oh 046, 047. That's really close. All right, so I see a 382 retrace, and it looks like we're under the pivot. I don't like that on the week. What about daily or monthly? I'm sorry. Monthly. Under the pivot on the month. Let's look at daily. It's on a nasty retrace on the daily. Looking for support. Looks like it's about to get it. Back here, I see all kind of price action right about this line. Right here, yep. At support now. So, it's playing around with it right now. If it can't hold it, it's going down to S2. And at S2, there's a lot more support. So then we'll get a pop-up, but not until then. Still got some more down ahead. We'll see. We'll see. All right, what we got here? Glitchy again? There we go. If it does this, y'all just tell me and I'll, if it starts glitching up, just let me know and I'll reset it if I have to reset it. Whatever. There we go. Now we're up and running again. I don't know, man. This thing isn't made. This laptop really isn't made to stream and stuff. It's just a basic laptop. All right. So what else we got? Anytime I've heard it's fine, I heard my head, but it was indeed not fine in Morgan Freeman's voice. Ha. Wi-Fi has the virus. Aha, stupid. Lind. Okay, let's do Lind. I'm sorry. Lind is a coin that's ahead. I've been looking at that. Now let's pull it up over here. Yeah, it's way ahead. You see, it's so far ahead that it gets me thinking that it's got to come down. When I see one like this where it looks so up, I immediately start thinking, why? Why is it so high? Like immediately, that's what I think of every single time I see this happen. Still over the 8, but there's no support up here, okay? It's up here by itself without support, really. No monthly support, anyway. Like the first monthly line would be way down here. Okay? 166.166. Man, that'd be a massive drop. I don't know about that shit. That makes me think that ain't going to happen. That's such a dramatic drop. Okay, so weekly, we have a line here. Let's make that one orange. All right, so now that's much more conservative. That would be, I mean, that's still 15 to 20% more down. But I think Lind comes down some more. I really do. It just kind of has that look. It's so far up that it kind of got away from itself. And when we see that happen, when we see one get so far up and get away from itself, it tends to come back down to earth. I just, I see these MAs resetting or tightening, one of the two. I mean, it's still a good buy one day, but not yet. Come back down here to this support right here, because it's under the 100 right now. Look, right there. See it testing the bottom of the 100? I don't like that. I don't like that. That looks bearish to me. Testing the bottom of the 100. 8 and 21 are pointing down. We just had a tits move right here, upward. I don't like that. Not a little bit either. I don't like that at all. That's a dirty look. I'm staying away from that hoe. Some of these coins that, like Mr. Phibb, you were asking about them. Some of these coins that are ahead, man, I'm sketch on messing with these coins that are out front, which is this list right here. There's more, obviously. This is just some of them. But this list here, all these have made their move already. And the move I'm discussing here is past June 19. But they made their move. They've gone up already. And I don't want to fool around with something that I'm worried is going to come down a lot more. Because they've gone up so far, like I said, the elevator's going to come back down here. And when they start coming back down, it's just going to get ugly. And I don't want you to get mad, you know what I'm saying, because I told you to get in at the wrong time. Let's see. Sea Gold, only because I got some free on Coinbase. All right. I don't think it's on any charts yet. That's the problem. Maybe it is. Oh, shit. Yeah, you go ahead with that, bro. God almighty. You know what this looks like, don't you? That's what this chart looks like. Oh, God, I don't like this one at all. Well, that shit is gnarly looking. God, exactly. I don't want to say the coin name because it just makes me sad. It hurts my heart. Oh, boy. That's an ugly-ass chart. My goodness. Some of these are nasty. Hey, Robert, I know you're watching this and you're going, what the hell? But cryptocurrency is a little bit wild, man. And it ain't like Forex where you're going to get 1 or 2% movement and be happy. Oh, no. Bitcoin throws crazy numbers. Some of these charts are going to pull 100% in a day. And that's 1-to-1. That's no leverage. That's just 1-to-1. 100%. So you put $1,000 and make $1,000 in a day. And that's just the way these charts are going to work. And that's no leverage involved. So, you know, if anybody is new to crypto, man, this shit moves. And I know some of the guys from the Forex Discord have been watching or at least listening to the crypto group. Man, look, I don't know other way to tell you that the gains here are humongous. So are the losses. So they ain't no screwing around. I know you think maybe it's a scam and it's cryptocurrencies, blah, blah, whatever. I could explain more to you separately on another video, but it doesn't really matter. Just know that this shit's the way of the future. And you can sit around and play with an analog remote if you want, but digital remotes are on the way. And you're looking at a digital remote right now. You have the ability to get online right now and buy whatever you want, whenever you want. The internet's undefeated, so feel free to have it. It's the wild, wild west as far as the charts go. You know, the stock market has a 15% circuit breaker. Forex has a 15% circuit breaker. There's no breakers on cryptocurrency. It's roll the dice and let that bitch eat, okay? So big gains, big losses. Use a stop loss. Set sell limits. You know, it's pretty simple. Set take profit lines. It's the same thing as Forex. Only much, much bigger moves. Just be prepared for the price action. It's crazy at times. It looks insane. The TA isn't as perfect as it is with Forex. You can find an indicator on Forex and you can run that bitch and it goes great. You know what I mean? It goes great. But with crypto, you know, sometimes the candlestick patterns don't match up. And the TA will be really close, but it won't be exact. Okay? And that's why I say 75%, because, you know, 25% error is a lot, but you're still winning 75% of the time. So you should be happy with 75%. At the same time, you know what I'm saying? Be aware that sometimes you're going to take an L. I told my son today this on the way to baseball because he got in trouble before we left. And I was like, bro, when you get in trouble, you can't cry about it. You got to suck it up and deal with it. Take it on the mouth and get up and go again. Because he doesn't like getting in trouble. You know, it breaks him down. So I'm like, you just got to suck it up and deal with it. People talk shitty to me every day. Every day. I go to a building and there's 20 women in there and they bitch me out for 30 minutes. And then I get on Twitter to post a chart and I got 30 people inbox me nasty shit from another stream. Okay? 30 people a day inbox me nasty shit from another stream. Sometimes it's more than that. And I've gotten to the point where I don't even look at them. I just delete them now. But I like to try to answer people because some people ask me legit questions and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if you ask me legit questions, bro, I'm cool. I'll answer them all day long. But I don't want to be the guy who just deletes all kind of messages without reading them. That's kind of dickish to me. I don't want to be the people that are doing that to me. So I'm caught in a conundrum. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Peter? Just now saw you on here. What's up? All caught up. Now I want to go to the Great Wall. Dude, I'm telling you, man, China blew me away. And we were talking to the people last night because we made friends over there, okay? And we were talking to the people last night, and they sent us some pictures of them eating dinner. And a lot of times over there in China, you know what a lazy Susan is? Well, if you don't, it's a round table with a second piece in the middle that spins, right? That's called a lazy Susan. And they put their food on the lazy Susan. They just spin it around, and everyone continuously gets some, okay? If you order something, you're automatically assumed to share it amongst the group. That's the way it works over there, okay? That's like a traditional dinner. Doesn't matter what the food is or where you go. It's all kind of the same. So if you order a plate, don't expect just to sit there and eat your plate. Somebody's going to want some of your plate, right? I didn't know that at first, and I learned that because here in America, man, it's my shit. Don't reach on my plate unless I say you can. But it's different there. So, you know, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, they sent us a picture, and they were eating, and they were like, the woman said, I can't wait till I come to America because they want to come here and visit. She's like, I can't wait till I come to America. I can cook like this for Keith. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. I want to eat some. Dude, the food was so good there. Oh my God, the food in China. Whatever you've had Chinese food wise, you've been lied to. That's not real Chinese food. Hey, what's up, Rob? Which Rob is this? Good to have you, brother. I was going to hit you up the other day. Where'd you come from? Rob? Let's see. Traveling is definitely part of the mooning in the future, bro. I know we're not mooning, but whenever we get enough gains and we do enough buying and selling here, I definitely want to go back. There's other places I want to go, obviously, too. But for sure, China, man. There's no way. I was there for 2 weeks. Listen, you can't see everything in 2 weeks. Okay, we tried to pack in as much stuff as we could. I went to 4 major cities. That's a joke. China is massive. Massive. And there's so much to see, and the people are cool. I think we only run into like 4 or 5 places that, you know what, 4 or 5 people that were a little sketched out by Americans. Everybody else was super cool. Super cool. Let's see. Same Rob, you know. Which Rob, man? I know like 8 Robs. I don't know which Rob. Let's party in China, bro. You ain't partying in China. Now listen. Hey, they don't have beer and liquor stores like we have, okay? It's a little different over there. Unless you're drinking sake with really important people, you don't drink. Old days. I don't know which Rob. You got, I don't know which Rob. But anyway, it's good to have you. I'm glad to have you. I'm fine with China. Definitely have time trying to party with food. Yeah, I want to go back to eat food, dude. I'll put them on the Telegram group. I'll put the pictures on the Telegram. XRP Rob. Okay, I think I know which one that is, but I'm not sure. Man, so many people blocked me. I can't really remember, dude. I'm sorry. But, you know, put up a picture or something like that. That way I can remember who you are. I'm sorry. What was I saying? Oh, I'll put up some pictures on the Telegram group of all the food we had. That was like my favorite. That was like my favorite part of China, other than the places and the people, was the fucking food. Dude, I ate so much food. And it's like pennies on the dollar there. 7 cents on the dollar. So you go over there with $1 and you've got $70. Okay, that's crazy. It's great. Great food. Great food. Anyway, Bitcoin, we already know where we're at on that. So, we looked at Lind. I don't like Lind. I don't like any other coins that are ahead, really. Pundy's still moving up, but it's still retracing upwards, so that's a no buy. Let's hit the monthly list here and look. Spend is still going up, but it's still a no buy. SHA is still a no buy. Okay, CRV. Yep, we saw it. Okay, TKY. Yeah, that's all you're going to see a CRV from me. Still a no buy under the MAs. Look at the MAs starting to flatten out right here, though. This is what I like to see. You're going to see them ball up. These MAs are going to, this one's going to continually come down. The two owners are really flat. Here's what I think is going to happen. Okay, this is going to take some time to play out. We got to let this do its thing here. But this upward movement, maybe some flutters and up, okay, and that's a fake out at first. It's not really a fake out. It's mostly just upward retracement, okay? But it's going to move around, and then once these MAs pinch down and flatten out a little bit more, you're going to get a drop. And that sucks. It's going to test the bottom of that 200 a little bit and then make a move, okay? But it can't do it until it comes up over and these MAs kind of pinch down and tighten. Price action is going to tighten, and we're going to kind of build a little bit of a furnace. The pressure is going to build, and once it does, we'll get a price movement. And no, we're not going to moon. Okay, that's out. It's not going to happen. But we are going to get some movement. And it'll be, like I say, nice, steady movement. Now, these shit coins, hey, they'll move how they move. I got no control over a shit coin. All I know is I can try to apply the TA the best I can with some of these shit coins. No promises. We already know about this. We went over this. We went over these coins originally, and we saw them. And we were like, man, I don't know. I said this. I was like, don't trust these shit coins. We don't really know. Okay, so we can try to apply the TA the best we can. Still not a guarantee like it is with the legacy coins or any top 100 coin, really. They're easily throw the TA on, and I can see exactly what's about to happen. Some dude hit me up the other day, and he's like, hey, man, I just noticed that some of these calls you're making are really, really, really tight. What are you doing? And I was like, well, hang on, I'll send you the videos. I send the videos. He messaged me back the next day, said, dude, I watched every video. I was like, wow. And one day, he's like, yeah, I had a day off. He was like, I didn't know these tied together like this. And I was like, well, that's why I do it the way I do it. And he's like, man, if I had knew this, I'd have been doing this. He said, I'm going to go apply this into a chart. This was like a week ago. I'm going to go apply this to some charts. And I was like, please do so. Don't trust me. I'm just one guy. You don't have to believe anything I say. If you don't like them, that's fine. Move on to someone else. There's a million different ways to trade. I just come up with one that's about 75% accurate, okay? Maybe even a little more if we get really, really tight. But I don't like to do that. I like to leave some margin of error, okay? But anyway, he come back a week later, and he's like, dude, I applied it to some charts. He's like, some stocks, they work. Forexes, they kind of work. It's a little bit tighter, okay? So we need a tighter margin of error. He said, but for crypto, man, this shit's crazy good. He said, even like the money markets and the commodities markets, they're really, really close. And I was like, I told you. I was like, do you want to be added to the Telegram group? He said, yeah. Okay, then I said, look me up. And he never really looked me up after that, okay? So I'm not sure if he just got freaked out by Telegram because, Telegram's got a bad rap about being... I told him it was free and I don't want any money. But I hadn't heard anything else back. That was a few days ago. So we'll give it a couple of days. Sometimes people just, people tweak out on you or whatever. All right, let's look. OCE is a stellar coin too. Yeah, we looked at OCE today in the chat. And I don't like it yet. It's still down. OCE, Play, SHA going to be huge in the future. Possibly, but they're shit coins now. And until they're not shit coins, I don't really care. XEM has held all this time pretty well. It looks like the MAs are about to scoop it up on the daily. Let's look at XEM. Bands are tight. EHRT is holding its way also. Let's look at all these, okay? Before we do the tits play and we talk about the tits play, we'll talk about these coins here. Let's pull up OCE first because I want to show you what I showed Dustin today because he was asking me. No, it was Fib. Who was it? No. Someone else possibly. They said, hey, OCE, can you look at it? I was like, sure. And then I looked at it and it was like, is that OCE? Is that OCEX? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I did OCX afterwards and we were like, okay, never mind. All right. First thing I see right now is the monthly does not look good. You're going to look at this and say, oh my God, it's gone. No. What do I see? No support. I see a lack of support here. There's some more here. pretty much in line with the pivots. I see a big support here. But look, there's none up here. We'll have to go down to the weekly to try to find some. When we go down to the weekly to try to find some, we're risking more, okay? What do I see on the weekly? No support. I don't like that. We got to go down to the daily to try to find some. Okay, now we're starting to draw straws, and we're starting to have some confirmation bias here, okay? The lower you go, the more confirmation bias you find. And I do not like confirmation biased. These are pink for dailies. All right, so we broke down there and it came back up, but we're still sitting under this EMA here. Oh, the 100. Okay, I can change that. It's like we got some more here. Okay, yeah, right in line with that old pivot. There's some daily resistance here and support here, so we just got to kind of understand that this is going to come down more. This is prime time going to drop a Bitcoin right here. That's a lot of daily support lines, but they're not strong. But there's some little zones in here it's going to get caught in. So, what do I think is going to happen? Let's measure this up here first and see what we got before we get too out of our way here. I want to measure this and see if I can get a measurement on a more exact time frame. I'm a more exact price point. All right, so S2 for sure. Looks like it's going to come back to S2. I would say that's a good target. That's the first good target, okay? There might be more. But first things first, we come here. Tighten that up a little bit. May have already hit it. You know what? Might have already hit it. This makes me wonder. All right, let's see about a retracement up. How far has it gone? From here to here. Okay, we broke into 50 a little bit. We need to watch this one closely. It had a big bounce back, but there's nothing to stop it from coming down more. It's starting to hit this as a resistance area right here. I'll circle it for you. This is all resistance now. That's a bad circle. Sorry. That's better. That's resistance. We got to get up through this. This chop causes this chart to stall. Okay? All right, Harvey, brother. Get you some rest. The movement's coming soon. No sweat, brother. Hey, what's up, BZ? I absolutely still talk about XRP. I'll do it right here in a second. Let me look at these other coins first, and we'll get to it. But you know how I feel about XRP. You've heard me say it before. Bro, just not my favorite chart. It just isn't. All my XRP is gone. I own a very, 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 very small amount of XRP. No thanks. I see the chart for what it is. Not good. There is no moon. There is none of that shit. That's not real. Let's look at weekly one more time just to make sure here. Okay, now weekly, I could pull up here. Okay. See that? So, if we wanted to get like stupid technical, it could come up here to 42 and then come down some more, or it could just consolidate sideways. I don't see up on this one. I see either down or sideways. And when I say no up, I mean not crossing important lines up. Yes, we may get some price action. That's nothing. Until I see it break certain barriers, I don't count on that. I don't count on that. I need to see important barriers broken first. And if they're not broken, no thanks. I find something else to look for. Just the way it is. I'm not going to fall for that. We've fallen for price action plenty of times before. I'm not going to do it again. Let's see. What do we got? PLA, play coin. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. PLA. Okay. This thing just had a wild week, hadn't it? Interesting. Fell off the face of the earth. Is this the right one? I don't think it's the right one. I think it's player, right? Isn't that the one we're looking for? PLA. play chip. Is that right? I don't own this one. Nah, I don't want that chart. That looks like shit. See, some of these is one of these things where we say, oh, this is going to have some kind of big, and it doesn't. It's going to have some kind of important case, and we say that, but what does it really mean? What does it really mean to say it's going to be important? Like, what's really important? You know what I mean? PLA is still in a retrace right here. This particular one, play chip, is in a retrace. Tell me if that's right. Play chip, is that what we're looking for? Player, PLAIR. Well, that's what I was looking for. PLAIR. Delete. Now, that's the correct chart. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so not bursty. Let's look at the all-time high on this. I don't want to trust it. I want to know what it is. I want my research. PLAIR. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, number 614. I don't really care about that either. All-time high is 00024. Let's measure from 00024 and start with a baseline. I see resistance. 00024. 00024. So 0002654. All right, we got sniped out. Got sniped out at 786, 886 at resistance, and we have fallen back down. Let's see if we have fallen down enough. We see that we didn't cross our important barrier here. We didn't break it. We got shot right in the face on that one. That would have really sucked if you didn't sell that right there. You would have lost. Son of a bitch. Look at that. Ooh, 73% of the value because you didn't sell at the important place. You didn't sell at resistance. Goodness gracious. Glad I didn't own any of this. All right, then let's measure from the other direction. And we're down almost to 786. We're almost done, I think, on this one. Can it go farther? Sure. But there's some support right here. So 786 at 000. No, that's quadruple 04 is possible. It's the thing with shit coins, okay? Be careful. That's another 30% down. Damn. All right, so maybe we can add another line in here. Right here. I like that better because I see some action in here. Okay. Quadruple 05. Quadruple 054. Quadruple 054 would be a decent target. But that's still floating in here. I don't know. This one I would be afraid of. I want to see this thing cross some important lines first. And it hasn't done it. I need to see some important lines crossed first. If I see a buy signal on that, I'll be happy to tell you, but I haven't seen that buy signal on that one. That's not a very good looking chart in my opinion. Let's see here. What else do we have on that particular one you were talking about? SHA. I got that over here in the list. Hold on. It's still down if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, SHA. Really nasty looking chart. All right. Yep, this one's got a long way to come down. I know everybody looks at these and they say, oh my God, it's gone so far up. You know what I see when I see one that's gone that far up is that it's going to come back down. The correct way to chart is pessimistically, not optimistically. If you chart optimistically, then you have confirmation bias, and confirmation bias gets you emotional. And emotions, what do? They get you wrecked. Every single time. They get you wrecked. So don't get emotional. These charts don't give a shit about my emotions or your emotions. So know that. Embrace that. And do something about it, okay? Simple as that. So, a couple things can happen here on this one. Okay? a couple things. So it came so far down and did this retrace right here. It looks like that was pretty decent sized retrace too. And from there up, we haven't, okay, we hit the 50. That's good. That was a good retrace. Right here we hit the 50. And then we came up and got sniped out at 786, and then we came back down. So we can measure a little tighter here. We'll get this line a little tighter. We can get the margins a little closer here. We're still on the weekly. So they're there. 786 again. This is still in a danger zone right here. We're right next to the danger zone, like right up next to it. Let's see if we can get this on Trading View and get a little prettier chart. Nope. Nothing prettier. Nothing prettier. So I would be careful here. Looks like we might come up but then get rejected again and come down to some more to this support line. I like the support line best of all, which would be 0.013. Might dip a little farther than that, but I like the support at 0.013 flat. 0.013 flat because it's going to be a psychological number, it's a round number. That's all three of those I think you gave me. Yeah, we don't really know which ones are going to be huge and which ones aren't. We just, like I said before, I don't, like this sounds super dickish, and I'm not trying to be, okay? I don't care about the use case. I don't care about the use case. For a long-term hold that I'm never going to touch and look at, fine. That's fine. But if I'm trading, I could give a shit about the use case. I care about what the chart looks like. Does it look like it's down? Like it's up? Okay, if it's down, I'm going to get out. If it's up, I'll get in. But not until then. You know, if it's like, if you bought Amazon in 1993, okay, great. You've been holding that and you did a good job. Okay. Could you have bought and sold it along the way? Sure. But the use case was solid and you wanted to hold on to it. That's fine. But you need to know you're never even going to look at that. Okay. You're never even going to look at it. You're not going to care about it or think about it. You're just going to keep holding on to it. That's separate. Okay. That's totally separate. But I'm talking about trading. Okay. Holding, fine. Hold whatever you want. But you need to understand you don't even need to talk about that because you're not going to touch it. Don't even talk about it. Don't even think about it until it's time. It's not time yet. Let's see. Let's see. Harvey said good night. Breezy said, do you talk about XRP anymore? Well, let's look at XRP real fast like. XRP, USD. Let's do the Bitstamp chart. We got good data on that one. Yep. This is the one that I shared to Trading View for everybody to see. Look at the daily. It looks sloppy right now, but when we go on the daily, it looks a little better. I told you here plainly, we failed to hold the 200. This is a 3-day chart that I did. That's why. Let me pull up 3-day. Failed to hold the 200 MA. Broke down. We have massive amounts of support right here. This is why I don't think the chart's fallen that far. Why? Because we have this massive support system to stop XRP from plummeting into the abyss, okay? That's a lot of support right here. So far, the only support we've even hit is this piece right here, and it popped up that much. So when it gets down here, which it probably is going to test, okay? When it gets down here, we're going to get caught in it and push back up. The same thing with Bitcoin. It has a ton of support right there, and even labeled this monthly support, labeled this one monthly support, and here's my targets on this. You know, I've got them right here. A target, we can actually move this a little bit because the chart's moved now. My target is still down here in the basement, but I like 223 and 205. I could actually modify that a little bit, but I'm not going to do that yet. I want to see it come down some more. We'll go from there, but I don't see anything positive to report yet. It still looks like down to me. Not falling for this shit at all. We have a cups and handles I don't talk about unless it's monthly or weekly. So we'll go to the weekly here. And we actually have one on the weekly. So then you can talk about a cup and a handle. But until then, it's not really a cup and a handle. Understand that? If you hear somebody talking about cups and handles on the daily, or the 12-hour, or the 8-hour, or the 4-hour, or the 1 hour, or the 30-minute, or the 5-minute, It's not true because that's not how cups and handles work. Cups and handles take between 3 and 7 months to pan out. Okay? That's a real cup and handle. So know that. Pay attention. I'm not lying to you. I do not mislead anyone. So we have a clear cup and a clear handle. It looks like it's trying to pull up, but it hasn't broken anything important yet. As a matter of fact, it's capped by the 100 MA right here on the weekly. Hasn't broken that thing in years. Okay, so until it does, I don't believe it will. I got to see proof first. That's how I work. Prove it to me, and then we'll see. Let's see. What we got? Let's see. Night gentlemen, I'm out. Hey Peter, Rug wants you to text him. I'm not gonna holler out his number because I don't want to put him on blast like that, but he would like you to text him. Yes, SHA is rough. We talked about it on Twitter. You're right. Right. I remember you telling me you sold that. Big boys don't cry. Take enough shots to the balls, you'll cry. That's why we live in the South, bro. We carry guns. They'll come kicking me in the balls. Let's see. See that MMA fight 2 weeks ago? Grown man crying after a bomb kick. Yeah, but he didn't just kick him in the nuts. He like ninjutsu kicked him in the balls. Okay, like he wears a metal cup, by the way. That particular guy, so he got a straight ball slapper in there. That sucks. Crying for millennials. High alert. For sure. Good tip. All right, understood. Yeah, I don't like BZ. I know, brother. A lot of people like XRP, and I don't want to be that dick. But we have to taper expectations a little bit. I know it sucks, but everybody is just expecting some amazing move because it happened in 2017, and that's just not how it works. There wasn't anything to stop it from doing that in 2017. Do you know how many cryptocurrencies existed in 2017? I'll tell you. Less than 5. Okay? So, again, was there anything to stop it from doing what it did? No. How many cryptocurrencies are there now? I think we could look it up, and it's somewhere around 4,000 to 5,000. It's going to be different now. What do you want me to say to you? That's just the way it is. You can't expect something that happened with no data to repeat now that we have data. Okay, that would be like saying, women can't get pregnant when they're on top, but the data says otherwise. And you say, no, I still think they can't get pregnant when on top. Okay, you end up with a bunch of damn kids because you didn't listen to the data. Okay. Let hold bags be hold bags. Let hot bags be hot bags. Absolutely. I even sold my hold bag because I want to hold different stuff. I want to diversify much better than I diversified when I first started doing this. Okay. That was my mistake. When I first started doing this, I fell for the Twitter hype. I fell for the YouTube hype. That was my fault. You learn from your mistakes. If you don't learn from your mistakes, you are doomed to repeat them. I will not be the guy who continuously repeats mistakes. Not I. If that gets me kicked out of places and banned from places, so be it. But I'm not going to continue to make mistakes that I made before. I'm going to get better. I'm going to continue trying to get better. I spend at least 12 hours a day doing this. Sometimes 14 hours a day. It pisses a lot of people off, particularly my girlfriend. Okay? She really gets annoyed by this shit. EJ, I would tell you to research that. Can they get pregnant on top? Can they? Let's see. Only gain we made recently were due to the 11-cent drop. Exactly. We only made gains on a retrace so far. Only if you're holding a football while you do it. You know what? I've heard that before. You got to hold a football in one hand and a softball in the other, just so in case your girl wants a girl, then it'll come out and it'll be like a tomboy girl and she'll hold a softball. That's what I've been told. That's false. Keep practicing, bro. I'm giving y'all life advice on here. All right. Darth just posted something. Hold up. Ooh, let's look at Ren. You want to know why I wait on stuff, fellas? Because I know sometimes like I say shit and I seem pessimistic. And y'all guys know, no, it looks good. It looks good. And I get it. I know what's said about me. But I want to show you something. I don't have it in here. Darth just shared it with me. Oh yeah. So why do I wait for confirmation of things? Why do I not just buy every time I think the chart's going up a little bit? When you get burned enough by just buying whenever you think the chart's going up a little bit, you learn to start looking for better things. What do we see here? We saw these two big green candles and we think, God almighty, this thing's going. But look, there were snipers in the trees on the daily. 786 line. Headshot. Just when as soon as you thought this thing was going up, turd right back down. It didn't break something important like that 786 line. Yes, we're over the 8 and the 21, which I like to see. That's good. Okay, we even had a confirmation of a buy right here. But when do we sell? When we don't get the next step. Okay, we've got over the 8 and the 21. We're actually over the 100 again. These are good signs. Okay, these are good signs. We got this 50 pointing down with the big middle finger pointing right at us. Okay, I don't like the way this 50 MA looks because it looks like it's going in this direction. Okay, I don't like that. That could turn and come up, but we're guessing, and I don't guess. I don't do guesses. Okay, I do data. What I see is we got sniped at the 786 line, and now we're making a new low. A higher low, which would be bullish, but not enough evidence yet. If we break 786 or 86, and in my opinion, this thing's going to hover sideways and test this again here, then we'll see. I don't think any of these Bitcoin moves are going to be fast. I said that before. I think this is a long, drawn-out process that we have no control over. So you better just sit back and enjoy the ride because we can't do anything about it. And I know it sucks sitting in Tether. I know. I'm sorry. I wish we didn't have to sit in Tether, but it's just... It's something important to learn, y'all, is patience, okay? It's something important because this is going to happen again later. This is only the first phase of it, okay? This is going to happen multiple more times where we get stuck waiting and waiting and waiting. And I know it sucks. Just talk about it and do the best you can with it. We have a support group of 50 plus guys in the group here that can talk to each other and tell you to chill, wait, relax. Because even I'm getting antsy and I want to do something, right? But I'm not gonna. I'm still sitting on a shit ton of cash waiting. So we'll see. Let's look real quick. VT, yeah, I got you, Beezy. VT, USD. I looked at it a second ago. You weren't quite on here yet. I don't want the market cap. VET. There we go. All right, I already got the stuff pulled up on it here. Yeah, so VET has a little bit more down to go in my opinion. We caught this pivot right here on the weekly. But as you see, the pivots run out next week, and we're going to get a reset. And we'll see what happens. Let me look over here at this one too, okay? VET, USD, weekly. Got pivots. Okay, these pivots on here are lasting longer. So really, these go all the way to the end of the year. But we had a hit on R1. We're facing downward. We got the 8 about to cut through the 21. So we're getting a little bit of an upward retrace right here, but I think this is going to come down more. Let's look at how far it can go. It looks like to support again. 0083. I'm sorry. Yeah, 0083 would be a good spot because they got the 50 right here and the 100 underneath. Some good support. Plus all this chop right here. It's going to get caught in trying to push through downward. It's not going to be able to do it. It may wick, whatever. Wicks happen. But it's not going to push through all this shit right here. So 0083 is the bottom if Bitcoin continues to just tank. It could come down here and test the pivot, but I mean, I don't want to try to predict that far in the future. That's really, really hard to do. The next line to come down would be hit the 50 here. It hasn't hit the 50 on the weekly. Let's look at daily. See, the daily's hit the 200, and this is something that Bitcoin and XRP hasn't done yet. Hit the 200 MA. But VET is one of the coins that are ahead. We already established that. So it's doing its own thing out front. Less resistance meant it could move faster. That's why it's out front. XRP has some of the worst resistance of any coin. Any coin. And because of that, it'll move slower. So I still think we have more down here. We're sitting right on top of the 200. MACD is pointing down but near the midline. RSI is low but not flooded. Stock's low but not flooded. We may get some more miniature up action right here, and it may just fiddle fart around. We're starting to see the MAs reset, like I was saying. This 50 is going to flatten out under. The 100 is going to flatten out under, and the 200 is going to come back over. Okay, we may get a bearish reaction out of that 200 and the 100 crossing again. Hard to say. Either way, I don't think it's up much, if it is much. If it even goes up any, it's not going to be much. A lot of shit for it to get through. It's got to get to this clump of shit, and then it's got to get to this clump of shit too. It's more simple for it to come down here and hit support first. Gain some momentum, and find new buyers, and move up. Elevator's got to go down first before it can come up. That's my VUT call. You wouldn't lie to Captain Ron now, would you? Y'all ain't got to do nothing. Definitely not financial advice, right? I don't do any financial advice. If you'd like to consult with me, I'll consult with you. I'll look at charts with you, and you can decide what you want to buy. I'll tell you where I'm buying. You can make up your own damn mind. It's your money. It's not my money. If you want to give me your money, I'll be happy to spend it for you. But like I've said before, I've got a car outside I need to finish building. I got a truck I want to pay off. I'd be happy to spend your money for you. Let's see. Captain Rob, do you got anything else you want me to look at on here that particularly like a chart that you want to see or anything like that? I don't know if it's still on here or not. I can't really see. All I can see is like 4 people. But I know I have more than that on here, so. Yeah, hit like if y'all want. Hit share if y'all want. The more people that comment and all that shit that looks good on the YouTube algorithm. And we've gotten some new people in on the YouTube stream who just have been given this video by YouTube. Essentially, they promoted it for me to new people. Anybody who Googled certain things got it promoted to them, which was pretty dope because I had so many views recently and so many comments and shit that it moved it up. Again, I don't do this for money. If I make any money on this, I give it all away. I give it all away. We have a giveaway coming up, by the way, in 6 days starts the giveaway. The 18th will be the giveaway of the XRP. But we haven't gotten there yet, so we're still waiting. Once we do, we'll give some stuff away. If I get anything from YouTube, I'll be happy to give that away too. Haven't sold any more shirts lately. If I sell any more shirts, they'll go in on the giveaways also. It's the way it works with me. I don't want your money. Let's see. Darth Gorilla go huge different. Stupid. Lots of people saying 200 are support for this drop, but many coins actually broke past them. Absolutely what Darth just said. A whole lot of them are already under 200, like One Harmony. We were just talking about this one earlier in the group with Ken because he's learning the chart. And he liked One Harmony's chart because it's nice and smooth, like Darth said. It's very smooth and not too twitchy. Okay? Let's back down nice and smoothly. But as you see, it's under 200. Not only that, but we're getting a tits move here with the 21 crossing the 200 and more down to come. I've got my box down here built. Well, I had my box. Where the hell did it go? Anyway, I had a box built for One Harmony to be a buy box. I think it's on the Telegram group or something. I don't know. Either way, we got a 1618 pop up. Looks like we're doing some more shit down here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a measurement on this real quick while I got it pulled up. Anyone who's new to the stream, I do this on every single chart. Resistance lines first, support lines first. Then I look at Fibonacci retracement, figure out if I can find a point of contact. Then I look at my fibs to see if anything lines up with the pivot points, like I see right here. What do I see? I see the pivot perfectly lined up with the 1414. I also see the pivot perfectly lined up with S1. Okay. Has it done anything important yet? No. I see the 200 right near 618. So it's got to break that first. It hasn't done it yet. If it does break it, there's my target. If it doesn't break it, down here's my target. And I'll show you exactly where. From here to the top, which is this point right here, from the bottom to the top and then back down. As you see, we dipped down below the one line, but we didn't do much else. That's an odd spot for retracement. That's not complete. In my opinion, it's going to come down some more. And when it does, it's going to come down here and hit the support line. There's an old pivot right here, okay? So I'm going to make this spot my floor. And this is where I'm going to look for a buy, which should be around 004 flat-ish. That'd be my buy on one harmony. That would coincide with the next Bitcoin drop to close the gap, okay? By the way, if anyone's in here and they want to know about gaps, the only chart, listen carefully, the only chart with a gap is the Bitcoin futures chart. That's it. You want to talk about stocks or something else, that's fine. But I'm talking about crypto. The only one with a gap is this one. That's it. There's no other charts with gaps. Do you understand why? Because this is the only one that's traded on the CME market. This is the only one that has a cryptocurrency market that actually closes and reopens. All the other ones never stop. I'm talking about all the other ones never stop. This is the only one that stops. If you're looking for gaps anywhere else, you're looking incorrectly. It's only on the daily. Why? Because only time that this thing closes is on the end of the week and the beginning of the week. Okay? The market closes and opens and we get a daily jump. Or the end of the day and the beginning of the day, we get a jump. Okay? Or a drop. Whatever. We get it. But that's not for XLM. That's not for XRP. That's not for Tezos, Link, VET, IHBAR, ICX, One Harmony, BAT, TRX, Ethereum, none of them. Bitcoin Cash, none of them. Ethereum Classic, doesn't matter. None of those markets ever close. They stay open 24/7. Does Bitcoin stay open 24/7? Yes, it does. But on the CME market, it closes. All right, so if you look at this Bitcoin chart, same spot, no gap. Why? Because the market didn't stop. The only place it stopped was in Chicago on the CME exchange. Chicago Mercantile Exchange, CME, okay? Chicago Mercantile Exchange closes so people can go home and sleep and have sex with their wives, okay? Everybody else just keeps going. Anything else is a glitch. Anything else is just price action, okay? If you're looking on a 1 or 4 or 3 or 8 or 9 or 12-hour chart, you're not looking correctly. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. I don't mislead people here. I don't mislead you. I'm telling you the straight up truth. Not guessing. I don't guess either. Two things. No hopium, no guessing. I heard an interesting thing today. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Big mistake for Algo too. I remember one of the ferry members saying that it was going to dip by the 821, threatening to break down on it. Yep. It went way past that. XEM. Sorry, Peter. I forgot about that. XEM. When I start talking about the tits move here, I want to bring something else up, okay? All right. That's NEM. Yep, XM. I actually bought some of this way back in the day, and I sold it, okay? When I was using Atomic Wallet. I think I told Nick about this when I was using Atomic Wallet. I started with buying whatever shit was on Atomic Wallet. Didn't matter what it was. I bought some of it. And I made a mistake on that one. So, real quick, this is a coin that's ahead. NEM stalled out because it hit resistance. But it made its June 19 move down and up. Okay, it even did it twice. It got rejected here first and then made the same move again. Now, it had targets here from June 19, but if you pull it from down here, you notice the targets get smaller. And look where it stopped, 1618. This one actually told you it wasn't going to go as far, okay? You see that right there? 1618, right on the fucking head. Not to mention that, but if you go to the monthly, perfectly on resistance. It bounced right off of resistance. That's amazing. This chart spelled out the answer for you perfectly. Okay? Perfectly. There are no clouds. There are no mountaintops. There are no sky. There's no space. There's no stars. There's resistance and support. Okay? There's a nasty head and shoulders right here, and it pulled way down. I get it. I'm sorry. And we had to deal with that. But luckily, this thing started trying to retrace and tried to retrace. It kept making higher lows. I'm sorry, lower highs and lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Finally got down low enough to where it reversed up. Now, where's it going to stop at? I'm betting you around in here because I see weekly support. Make that orange. Right there. All right, that'd leave us, realistically speaking, 20-ish% down. That would coincide with the Bitcoin drop. I'll buy that, okay? I'll buy that fall. That's a lot. Still, that's a lot. Let's see if we can find some daily stuff in here. Let's see if we can find a different target. Okay. Okay, yeah, I see. You could maybe put a daily line in here, right about there, which will line up back here. I'll buy that. Okay, that's fair enough. That has some common sense to it. Charting isn't as hard as it's made out to be, by the way. This stuff is kind of self-explanatory. 15%. Okay, fair enough. I'll go with you on that. 15%'s not god awful. I'll believe that. That's a believable number, a viable number. Failing to break the pivot. Yeah. Okay. So I'll say 10-cent flat on NEM would be a good buy mark. We have to wait on that. We want to get some more data at that point, but I think 10 cents is a good spot on NEM. Looks like a good spot to me anyway. We'll know more as it gets farther along. I don't like to try to predict that far out ahead because you're begging for bad messages on Twitter. Let's see. Big mistake for Algo 2. I remember one of the Ferry members saying that the dip was to buy. 8 and 21 threatening to break down on it. It wasn't time to buy at all. Amazing. I'm not sure what you mean by amazing. You mean on the chart? I don't know. I'm sorry. I was deep diving on the chart, not focusing. CME was sketchy and probably still is due to dumping pumps. I don't even really believe in dumping pumps though. Really, I think everything's pretty technical. So with the bands as tight as they are, is it possible it could push up before it pulls down? On NEM, you mean? Let's look. Let me put my bands back in here. Hold on a second. I had taken them off because they were getting a little hard to read on the coin I was looking at today. Okay, so the bands are pretty tight, but that doesn't mean up. Okay, we're under the pivot. Still under the pivot, and we don't have that much support here. When we're under the pivot and over the support like this right here, this tend to mean that we're coming down. This is what I was explaining on the pivots video that I did yesterday. When we see this, we tend to see movement of such like this, where it comes up and then comes back down. That's a Jack and Jill pattern, okay? And when it happens, it comes up, then down. The up is usually smaller than the down. And then from there, we make a move. But not until then, okay? That's a Jack and Jill pattern. We have an up, then a bigger down, then the up corrects, and we settle on top of the original little rise. So the bands only tell you about price action, okay? When you're looking for an up, you would look for the midline, which we have. It's over the midline, okay? That's fine. But how far? Okay, so typically the next target on the bands would be the top of the bands, which right at the pivot, okay? And that leads me some concern because that's not breaking an important level that I'd like to see it break. So there's a chance this could come up some, but I really want to see it get over this pivot, hold for a day, and then you can make a better decision, okay? But don't make a decision based on one candle. Always wait for another one for confirmation. One candle just gets you wrecked. You see one candle, you're begging for it if you make a move on that. Right. Creating new support. Right, so it's got some here. I know I don't want to leave the site. Why would you ask me that? I don't want to leave the site. We have some here. and we have some here, okay, but it's not very much. It's only a few days worth, so it's easy to break through. You actually have more resistance over top than you do support. Okay, that's a recipe for down, in my opinion. When you have more resistance than you do support, that's a recipe for down. All right, it's the same way in the other direction. When you have more support than you do resistance, that's a recipe for up. Now you're going to test it first, but that's a recipe for up. You want this to flip over the other way. Now an example of that is Bitcoin. Let's do the bit stamp. BTC, USD. Right. An example of that. You see how tight the bands are on Bitcoin, by the way. Look. See how tight they got and it's still riding them together? Look at that. And we're still moving. Okay, we're failing to break the pivot right now. So this is what I'm saying. You gotta kind of hold pause and wait for a confirmation. But what we have here is a big ball of resistance, right? And we have this massive ass support right here. Not to mention this over here. More of this support right here. We have more here. We have more here. And this is the only resistance we have. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is, because we have more support than resistance, we're likely to come down and test it. We're likely to have this move sideways and blah, 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 and then come down here and test this. And then come back up and flatten out on the top into a Jack and Jill pattern. Look, I know that sucks, but this would also close the gap and create a head and shoulders inverse, which would be a bullish chart. But we're not there yet. It's still got some shit to do. I fell for this the last time we did this, okay? I fell for this and I lost a lot of money because what did I do? I wanted this to go up and I was emotionally attached. And I bought right here, $12,500 worth right here. And what did it do? That. Straight into damn purgatory. I bought $12,000 worth at this point. I'm not going to do that again. Not going to happen. I had big hopes and dreams that we were going to moon. That was such a terrible idea to do that. And that was the day when I really stopped looking at anything but TA. And I really started focusing in on what I could do to find better spots and better price action and learn more than I knew. And that's kind of what brought me into it. You know what I mean? Once I learned it and I got my brains changed and I changed my way of thinking and I turned more pessimistic than optimistic, which is the way everybody should chart. Do you understand? If you own an asset, you should be pessimistic about it, not optimistic. If you're optimistic, you're going to get wrecked. Be pessimistic. Worst case scenario is you make a little money and get out. You want to be optimistic because you want to you get the moon eyes on making a lot of money. And I wish that worked that way, but it's just not that way. Okay. Let's see some stuff real quick. All right. So it looks like it's coming to a decision point. Correct. I agree with you. Creating a support. BTC really coming up to price action. Absolutely agree. One way or the other, we're getting some price action here. Okay. Up or down. I don't care, but we're going to break out of this pennant or we're going to go up or down. One way or the two. But the pennant's going to break one way or the other. There's no debating it. Wick down to the CME, then pump. Not a pump. No, not a pump. And technical move up. There'll be no pumps. None. Until we break all-time high and we sit over all-time high for a while. Then we'll get more price action up. But not until then. Okay? And that should coincide with XRP going to about 50 to 60 cents. At Bitcoin all-time high, that'll be XRP about 50 or 60 cents. Okay? I know that sucks for everybody to hear the XRP ain't going to do what you want it to do, but it's the truth. There'll be no impulse. None of that. Don't even talk about it. Use your common sense. Okay? Common sense reigns supreme on investments. Yeah, protect your funds. No joke. Protect your funds. Set a stop loss right now. If you don't have stop losses set right now, go do a stop loss set right now. Stop loss on everything. Stop loss on everything. That way you lose minimal. And you can buy back in. No big deal. A little mouse click. Click. Okay, that was so hard. Okay, you can do it. You might not want to because it's a little bit of trouble. But it saves you so much money. Okay? You save so much money if you set a stop loss or a sell limit. Okay? Come on. I get what you're saying. No pump. I get people just terminology, and I try to like change people's terminology from moon and pump and all this, and just get you back into like a normal terminology of ups and downs, because that's what's kind of tough. You know what I mean? Let's see. I like to sing about the Moona and the Juna and the Springer. Stupid. Let's see. Just to be clear. All right. So let's stop this for a little bit and talk about what I wanted to talk about and record it. The tits move. Okay. So, I gotta hang now. All right. I forgot to fill out my work stuff. I wonder if I get in trouble for that. I'll tell them I forgot. No big deal. All right. So the tits play's pretty neat, and I want to explain it to you. It's pretty interesting to watch, and we'll use what can we use? A Darth, real quick. What do you think chart would be best to use for the tits play to explain it? Whichever chart you think would be best would be cool. I want to use the one that you think would be best. That way we can show it the easiest. You know what I'm saying? XEM, BLZ, ADA, VT. ADA is a nice and gentle chart, right? Yep. Okay, so we'll do that. ADA, USD. All right, I like it. Yeah, okay, this one's pretty fair to see, too. All right, let's look. Look back in history a little bit and make sure. Pearl did a partial tits clean to learn from. All right, what about Pearl? I want the easiest chart to look at because, you know, just when we're learning stuff, it's easier to look at a nice, clean version of whatever we're looking at, and then we know. Okay, yeah, okay, here we go. All right, let me pull up the recording software. I get corny for a second. You know, really, ever since I cut the dryer off, this thing's recorded a lot better, hasn't it? All right, starting from the March 12 drop. I like the way you think. All right, here we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? Keith again. Got the guys from the group. Want to go over a new kind of strategy or indicator that we have. Well, it's not really new. We've been using it for a little bit. But one of the members of our group, Darth, came up with this really cool little system that he found. And it's pretty neat. It kind of helps you track future movements or plan future movements based on the moving averages and the 8 and the 21 EMA, okay? It has to do with the way they're lined up and the way they move and the actions that follow or precede each move, okay? So it's a little complicated at first, but you'll kind of get the hang of it. And it's actually pretty simple to do, okay? So essentially the base model of this is, let me pull up. I'll put the EMAs in here too. I took them off. Let me put them back on because they're probably just as good to look at. So what we got here is on the chart, I have the candles up, which are the green and red bars, right? Green and red candles. Then I've got 3 moving averages up. I've got the 50 moving average, 50-day moving average, the average price for the day, and that's 50 days worth made into a line. Same thing with the blue is the 100, and the same thing with the red is the 200, okay? 50, 100, 200, yellow, blue, red. No matter which direction they go, that's what they are. Then the green and the purple are exponential moving averages, okay? They're averages of averages. But the 8 EMA, the green, moves really closely to the price, and the 21 EMA is kind of the midline of the Bollinger Bands, but I use for a sale confirmation line. Some people don't even like it, but I use it, okay? I like the way it works. So, now, This is called the tits play. And the reason we call that because in our group we have the Technical Institute for Trading Systems. We have shirts over here in the section in the description underneath the videos. There'll be a description that says Redbubble. You can go on there and buy a tits shirt if you'd like. It's Technical Institute of Trading Systems. The shirt's pretty cool. A couple guys already have them. Designed a little logo for it and put it on there. It's pretty neat. Looks like a college logo. I think I did a pretty good job at it. But essentially, when these moving averages cross and the way they line up, they predict a little bit of the price action for us, okay? It's really neat. So what we'll start with is this drop that we had back in March, all right, that wrecked a lot of people. What we see a lot of times is when the moving averages cross, the price action, whichever direction it goes in, will stop and reverse for just a little bit, okay? And I guess a good way to show you here is just to pull it up on one, and we'll find it really nicely for you. Okay, so in the middle of this downtrend, we had this pretty nasty down, and that, it sucked, and everybody took it on the chin. When we had this down, we had these moving averages starting to drop, right? Okay, we had, when we started, it looks like the red was over top, the yellow, we run out of red. We don't have a full line here, but it's there. We had the red, the yellow, and the blue kind of lined up in a line, right? We had this nasty drop. When this nasty drop happened, every time these lines intersected, the chart reacted, okay? And I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you follow my cursor here, you'll see that right here, the yellow crossed over the red right about this point. It crossed a couple times, but in anticipation right here. Okay, and when it did, instead of this chart continuing to go down like it was, right as this cross happened, the chart popped up for a minute. And it flattened out right here, okay? But the point is, when these MAs crossed, you had the price action reverse and go toward the crossing. All right, so you were able to predict at this point that the chart may buckle up and come back to the direction of the crossing, okay? Did it continue to happen? Well, yeah, it did. Look right here where the yellow crossed the blue, the 50 crossed the 100. If you match the cursor, look, we had another upward move. It come back down some more, and it's seen it happening again, and bam, we stalled out again. Same place, same thing happened. You can take in the 8 and the 21, which are the yellow, which is the green and the purple, the neon green and the purple. They like thread like a needle the whole time. They constantly do the same thing. They keep moving as this happens. They'll go in and out of the moving averages over and over again. And when we see these things cross the moving averages, this tends to be a suggestion of which direction it'll go. Okay? Once the 8 and the 21 cross the yellow line here, the 50 moving average, look what happened. The chart started reversing upward, which is good. And you can continue looking at that and seeing it happen on out more and more and more. So we started looking. I don't know when he noticed this, but we started looking for it more once he noticed it. But right here we have a golden cross. Okay, the 50 MA breaking through the 200 MA on the daily chart. That is the holy grail of buy signs. Okay, that is the mother of buy. When the 50 moving average crosses through the 200 upward, that's the Taj Mahal of buy. Look what happened. At the same time, this chart came down. It was going up so hardcore, but right as soon as this crossing happened, bam, came back down and tested. It tested that same string that's threading the needle that we were talking about. It came down and tested it. Amazing, right? It's pretty crazy to look at. Right here, the 50 crossed the 100. While this chart's coming up, as soon as it crosses, look what happens. Chart reacts toward the crossing. Over and over again, you see this. Blue cutting up through the red. What happens? Comes down. Of course, it keeps going back up afterwards, but the point is it reacted to the crossing. Okay? Does it happen again over here? Absolutely. It keeps doing it. It's crazy to watch. And I didn't know about it until he brought it up. He made a whole PDF file on it. And then once he made a PDF file on it, it was easier for me to understand. And then once I started going over it, I was like, well, dude, that's pretty cool because you can kind of see the price action jumping every time, okay? And not only that, but the price action tends to go to the thread of the needle, the 8 and the 21, which is pretty damn neat. Here, again, the 50 cut through the 100 downward. What happened? We had this down motion, and then bam, stalled out right at the 821. Are we going to have this again? Look, the 50's pointing straight at the 200. We have a down motion happening. What's going to happen, folks? We're going to pop up and have more price action. What do you want to bet? I'm willing to take bets right now. If you don't believe me, that's fine. So if you don't believe me, in the comments section right here, go ahead and bet me, and I'll honor the bet that this thing reacts to that crossing in an upward fashion. I will put money on it right now. I'm a gambling man. I'll do it. I'm not scared. I got big nuts. So let's bet on it. That's how much I trust this stuff, because Darth is badass on these charts. I don't know where he was before he did this, but what I do know is he don't play no games on these damn charts, man. He's smart. And a lot of his shit's solid. I'm not going to go against him. We might disagree at times, but that's part of charting. No agreement is required. We do this to get the best results we can. I say this all the time. Agreement with me is not required. If you have something better than me, I would be happy to see it. And we can talk about it and chop it up and come up with a better answer. I actually spoke with a guy on the phone, a trading guy, today. Yesterday I talked to him. It was pretty neat. He told me a couple things, and I'll talk about them later. But one of the things he said is he's been trading for over 20 years. He said, in case you ever thought you know it all, you don't. He said, stop. If you think you know it all, don't even get involved. He said, just turn around and walk away. He said, stop right now. He said, give your money to a financial advisor and let the financial advisor handle it for you, because even the financial advisor doesn't know it all. He has a group of people behind him helping him do the same thing you're wanting to do. And I was like, okay, well, damn, since you say it like that. And he's like, just being straight up with you. He's like, I've been in this game long enough to know. He said, you don't know it all and you'll never know it all. He said, you can follow the fundamentals and that's fine. He said, what you're saying is pretty fundamental. He didn't agree with some of the things that I like. Like, he doesn't like some of the indicators. He was like, that's useless. Don't even use it. And I get it. Okay, that's cool. But the system I put together, I like. And he said, there's nothing wrong with it. He said, I just don't like it. I think it's pointless, which I get. I've heard it from other people before. Same thing. Point is, he was like, you're not doing anything wrong. He said, just understand that you're never going to be right all the time. And if you think you are, you're wrong. And you need to get out and walk away. And I was like, okay, cool. I appreciate it. So anyway, this is the TITS trading system. When MAs cross, when moving averages, MAs cross, you can ensue the price action to follow back toward the crossing. May not go all the way, and may just use the 8 and the 21 to hit as it comes around, which is pretty neat. You can pretty much guess on it every time. Just know that we've seen this on the chart a lot, and we can go through multiple different coins and look at it and see it happen a lot. So anticipate it, know it, and use it to help you trade with. Fill it in on whatever part of a system that you like, and use it how you like it, but that's how I use it. One more thing real quick. Also, 821 move in order. They are free to run in order. 50, 100, 200. Right. So, like he's saying, you want to see it in order. You want to see there's a moving average order for a bullish move. You'd have red, blue, yellow. Okay. 200, 100, 50 in that order. 50 on the bottom, 200 on the top. And that would be a bullish scenario. It's the same way with the MAs, okay? With the EMAs. You'd want purple on top, green on bottom, but you want them close together and nice and flat. And that gives us a moving pop. Okay, we haven't got that yet, but it's the same thing like he's saying. You can follow the movements of the moving averages. I had a moving average video. I'll probably make another one on moving averages, and I'll put it in the instruction videos also. It didn't get moved over correctly when I moved from Discord to YouTube. Some of my videos got kept by someone else. I'll never get them back. So I have to try to make new ones. And I'll make new ones in time, and I'll put them up on the instructional video also, and we'll go over how moving averages work exactly. This is a little bit more advanced. There's other stuff to kind of learn first. This is just an extra thing to throw in there to be looking for whenever you're following price action, or you want to know when a retrace is going to start, or when you want to know when price action is going to go to a certain point. This is what you're going to help look at. You can add this in with the pivots. You can add this in with some other stuff, and it'll really help you dial in, okay? Because the whole point is we want to narrow down our field of view. We want to narrow down our price action to get a ballin' ass dead on spot of what we're looking for. And I definitely think this helps. So we'll get this shot up on YouTube. Video's only 12 minutes long. That's awesome because YouTube says y'all only like watching videos that are 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes more than 5 minutes to explain things. I'm sorry. Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks. Y'all don't leave. I just did a recording. That's all. I hope I accurately described the tit system there, Darth. You could probably describe it a little bit better because you invented it. But here's another thing. Can I put tits on the description of the video in YouTube? Do you think they'll allow that? Or you think they'll cancel me for that? Because I'm already been canceled on Twitter. I'm part of cancel culture. Let's see here. Some people are texting me. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Hey, bro. Legit. Frank just said, you got that hater 1 thumbs down? Let's go. If it's your life mission to put that thumbs down on me, hey, man, I'm proud of you, bro, because you got a set of nuts on you, all right? Because you're that guy. You're that guy who has to give me that 1 thumbs down because there's always that one guy. And I'm cool with that, whatever. 1 thumbs down out of 30 is like a 97%. And nobody's perfect. I'm cool with that. Do your thing, bro. You're not hurting my feelings. Exactly, Darth. You know exactly right. I was thinking the exact same thing. I wasn't going to say nothing, but I totally agree with you, okay? I see what you typed there. And I concur. Now let's get back to some other stuff here. Anybody got any other charts they want me to look at? It's already almost 1 in the morning. And I'm seeing... Oh, let me look low time frames real quick. Because I was looking at the hourly on Bitcoin. Just wondering, you know, like... Because I entered a future short today at 20x. And I'm down a couple bucks. I didn't do much. Because I've been telling y'all, if you're going to do a futures trade, don't fuck around. Don't do no big monster trade. Don't. Do small baby steps, okay? I even do small trades. Something to joke around with, all right? You got to be smart. It's your real money. Don't fuck around. What I see happening here is this thing's on the hourly just sitting here fighting this monthly resistance and hasn't done anything. The indicators are jogging sideways, but you know, the stock's getting low. The trend line is right there. Is it going to hit the trend line? Quite possibly. But I also see this Bart Simpson formation happening again. The old up, stutter, 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 and drop. That seems to be happening again. Here's a real cool thing. Look at the moving averages. This is what I mean. Now, obviously, I don't chart with the 1 hour. That's begging to get wrecked. But it's cool to look at some of the stuff happen. Like the same price action we were just looking on Pearl. You can see it on the hourly. Like, look how right here in this spot. Look at that moving averages all balled up. It's a wad of moving averages. Exponential moving averages and simple moving averages all balled up. That's pretty damn cool if you ask me. Look at that. Man, all of them hit one spot and then we had price action. It was only on the hour. Whatever. So, you know, this could happen on Bitcoin, right? On the daily, if you wanted to be a fractal. If you want to smoke some fractals with me. Who wants to smoke some fractals real quick? I say let's do it. We had this. We have this. Okay, we have this right here. If you see this right here, we have this, and we have this, and we have this. Okay, if you look, that's upside down. And if we take this and we mirror it, okay, and then we put it on Photoshop, and if we just stretch it a little bit like this, then you can kind of see it's pretty similar, okay? Y'all got that? We got it? Yeah, me either. Oh, God. Oh, shit, I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. Sometimes, man, I gotta poke a little fun, okay? We all have our ways, I guess. We all have our ways. So, in my opinion, I talked to that same guy. Oh yeah, I meant to say this. I didn't record it. That's fine. I don't want to record what I was about to say. So the same stock guy I talked to said, one of the things I asked him about was I was like, dude, can you tell me about fractals in it? He was like, well, fractals are a fickle monster. And I was like, what do you mean? And he said, well, fractals are, he's like, he didn't say hit and miss. Like he talked old school. He's like, fractals aren't essential. And he's like, they're not essential to trading something other, something other. I can't remember exactly how he said it. I was trying to write down what he was saying and stuff. But he was kind of saying that fractals are like a kind of way I call it a niche market. But he didn't say that. He said it a different way. But essentially, he was saying, he doesn't really like it because it doesn't give you an exact point. He said it gives you more of an overview of what may happen, and not so much as what's going to happen. He said that. How did he say it? How did he word it? He said it's a roundabout price action. I think that's what he said. A roundabout way of looking at price action. He said you could just look at price action instead of looking at that. And I was like, okay, well, what do you like to look at on price action? And he was like, well, he said, I like to see the trend. And when I see a trend, I like to get on it. And when I see a trend stop, I like to get off of it. And I was like, okay, that's pretty much it. He said, that's kind of the way I traded for 15 years, was just trends. He said, I didn't really look for anything else. I said, what time frame? And he's like, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly. And I was like, ha, really? Because that's the ones I like. He's like, well, that's a good start. Now expand on that. And I was like, expand on what? He says, what are you looking at? And I was like, crypto. He's like, I don't do crypto. He's an old school guy. I don't like cryptocurrencies. He said, do you mean Bitcoin? That's the first thing he said. And I was like, no, I don't own any Bitcoin, but I own others. He said, well, I only know about Bitcoin, But anyway, it was just an interesting conversation that I had. I try to fill my mind with as much stuff as I can. He wanted me to get into commodities like pork bellies and stuff like that. He was like, that's where the real money is. I was like, man, I don't know. I hate him with the Andrew line. I don't know, dude. So if you look at this hourly, we had this big up with no retrace yet. This kind of makes me think we're going to come down here and hit a retrace down to these moving averages. Okay? If so, I'm going to make some money here. Like, you see these moving averages slowly coming up. Slowly doing its thing here. Okay? If that happens, that's fine. That'll give this thing a chance to single top right here. And then that double top. And 3 times the lady, if it can't break resistance, she's coming down. Hit the 21, bounce around, and finally come down here and catch some real support right around this area. That's just hourly though, so this thing on a dime could just and look bad because it's hourly. We don't do that. I just thought it was interesting coming down here looking at the hourly because I was in on a futures trade. It's the only time I ever look this low is when I'm in a futures trade. That's the way I trade futures, is low time frames. If I look on the daily, I get an idea, but that's just to give me an idea of what I'm looking for. Everything else on futures is in and outs. I'm not going to sit in a futures trade too long. Begging to get wrecked if you do. Pearl rocked that shit, absolutely. Anybody got any other coins real quick? Because I see we're dropping people. It's already 1 a.m. So what y'all got? What y'all want to see? What you need? What kind of needle do you need? Let's see. Do what you can't. Said thumbs up to that. Madden the Great said thumbs up to that. Sean Adair said thumbs up to that. I'm shouting y'all out on TradingView. Crypto Christian said thumbs up to that. Well, I appreciate all the thumbs up. Y'all the boss. That's that boss shit. Let's see. Anybody got anything? Anything you want to see? Let's just throw this in here for not Dre, but I'm gonna call him Dre because that's how I know him. First of all, he's a Charlotte guy like me, so my Charlotte people I'm calling by name. I know he likes this chart, but I do not like this chart. Sorry. Under the 200, under the 21. Bro, I'm not touching them fucking DeFi coins. Oh God, you want me to do CRV? Because I'm not going to do it if you say CRV. I'll shut this damn laptop. Oh God, I see a death cross happening here. Okay, that is not no bueno. If this death cross happens, oh gosh, we really need this to move up and stop this death cross from being so prominent and come over here and do some shit, right? Otherwise, this thing is looking nasty. That's just a nasty drop on XLM on the daily. Golly. Mm. I don't like that at all. We didn't get much tits play here either. We got a little bit of up, but not much. We're starting to, I don't know, man. That's a nasty looking chart. I know Dre likes it, but damn, that scares me, man. Under the 200 like that, not over it yet. I don't like that shit. I know that's bay and all, but that still worries me, man. I'll be straight with you, Dre. I don't like that. It's a little sketch to me. DeFi coins don't have much data, and that's another reason I don't like to buy them, because I'm a data guy. Give me all the data. Give me the data, let me process it. Why doesn't the data add up? Well, because it's not ready. Okay, so one more time, let's look at Pundy. Why? Because. Okay, because. There's certain reasons why I want to look at it again. Oh, it almost hit the sniper line, but not quite. Not quite. We're getting there, though. Look, see, this is kind of what I want to see happen with others. See how this death coin, I'm going to do it. Let's see how this death cross was about to happen here. It came down, it came down, it came down, it got right here and stopped. It started turning back up. But look how much had to happen for that to happen, okay? And these other charts don't look like that. They have more chop in here. Or they didn't drop as far, okay? Which tends to make me think that's not going to happen. And then also, if you look at this, we're still in a retracement. This isn't over yet. This hasn't done its thing. It hasn't gotten up here and broken the important levels. We haven't got over 786 or 886. We're just still sitting idle here. I know it looks like it looks really incredible and all, but it's not there yet. It's close, but it's not there yet. It was a good chance to make some money back if you lost it. That's for damn sure. You should have been on that for sure. Let's look at Casino Coin real quick. CSC. This thing's been doing nothing for a long time. Ooh, it's in a big pennant. Oh, man. All right, so this may be a good opportunity to buy, but I'm not positive, okay? I don't have a trading view chart for it. Let's see. What does the MACD look like? MACD is still in trade, is in bear territory. This could be a bear flag we got right here. Okay, so we have... This is when the chart reset after the fork. The chart reset right here. Okay, do we believe that and go with it or what? That's the tricky part on Casino Coin. Do you believe this or not? So I really, really, really don't like charting this one because of that. Either way, we're still in this pennant. And I bet you this thing follows Bitcoin. What do you want to say? I bet you this is a very similar looking pennant to Bitcoin. I bet you this follows along. We're under the pivot. Oh, remember that Jack and Jill pattern I was talking about earlier? Where we get this, where we get that under the pivot and we go up and then we get the down pattern and then it comes back over and sits on top. That seems to be happening right here. And if you look closely, you can see it. See, here's the up. Okay, then there's the down. and it may come down farther. And then once it comes up, it'll sit up over top of the original up. Right there's the original up. It's going to come down, up, and then sit on top. Okay? That's a really shitty looking line. How about this? That's better, but right about there. It'll come and sit on top of that, and then it's got a chance to try to do something else, but not until then. We have to hold off on that. I'm not sold on that yet. Casino coin has been very volatile, and I don't want to buy or sell casino coin because of that. I've already done that. I made a little bit of money on casino coin, but it took me a while, and I actually lost some at first and had to fight to get that back. So ever since then, I've been a little sketched out on it. And if I'm a little uneasy about it, I just don't buy it. I'll find something else. There's so many other coins, and I'm not gonna get my heart wrapped up on one of them. I don't have a favorite anymore. I just want to. I don't really care about a chart. It can be my favorite chart if it makes me money. Then it's my favorite. Till then, just another hoe that I met from the hood. All right, so about 1 a.m. Anybody got anything else? Oh, Rune. R-U-N-E. All right, let's see. R-U-N-E. Is this a DeFi coin? I hope it is. Oh, it's not. Thor chain. I like the name, though. I like that name. That name's got some power. That Thor chain. All right. Okay, so what do I see here? Whole lot of green. Not much red. That concerns me. Same time, that's a bullish hammer. A bullish monthly hammer, which means more up. All right, so what if we do quickly? Right there. And then we do another one here. It's a liquidity coin. Oh, shit. Well, that doesn't matter anymore because you've seen the news today. XRP just launched its own liquidity system. So basically, they're taking over everything. Basically, they're taking over everything because of the news. It said so that they're going to take over everything. If you haven't seen the XRP chart launched 0.25% on this news, okay? It was big time. It was big time. That news almost pushed it over the top, okay? Markets were exploding everywhere at 0.5%. I was blown away when I saw it. I don't know what y'all were watching, but that's what I saw. Okay. What do I see weekly? It's sitting on support. I like that. If it can't hold support, look where it's coming back to. I don't like that. That's a long way down. It's like it's in a. Looks like it's under the trend line. All right. Okay, so you're still under that trend line. That's breaking loose of it. This is tricky here, okay? There's not much resistance here. This is similar to Link, okay? It's out front, and it's kind of doing its own thing out front. So I would say let's put this in the Link ballpark where it's kind of doing its own thing, but kind of not. I'd like to see it get up here and get going. Let's pull the fib on this daily right here. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to yawn. I'm getting sleepy. Here, down. Okay, yeah, look, right here at this, the 100 right here is sitting right at 886. Until it breaks this, I'm no-go on this one. I'd like to see it maybe even break the pivot. It gets up over the pivot, it's worth a buy. Because then we can see it get through this trash right here and get moving. It hasn't done it yet, so I would wait and hold off until it does. Then we can see more. Still not quite a buy. It's close. It's really close, but not yet. Also technically finding its all-time high because it was just released. Yep, there's some other ones that are just very similar to that. It's already hit its all-time high 3 times, which is cool. 10-4, but actually not too bad even as a DeFi coin. Yeah, it's one of the better looking charts of all of them. I mean, we can look at Sushi or CRV and have our heart broke, but no thanks. Imagine if I had a shorted CRV instead of longing it. God almighty. Ugh. Oh well. That's why I don't do what ifs, man. Ifs and buts, candy and nuts. Mites is on chicken asses. Don't worry about mites. I might do it. Mites are on chicken asses. I want to hear it. Okay, so if anybody doesn't have anything else, we'll wrap it up. Oh, Serum. SERUM. Oh man, this is a Bitcoin DeFi coin, isn't it? Ooh, I don't know about this shit, bro. Oh man, this is some hella trash right here. Oh, she's a goner. She heading down. You hear me? She ain't done either. Hit 1272 perfectly. Look, this is a brand new coin following the TA. Look at that. 1272 on the nuts. That's beautiful. Now, can it come back up here and curl back over? Yes, it can. Will it? We don't know yet. We'll find out. But it looks like it. Maybe it has some short-term up here on Serum. Maybe it has some short-term up. This chart's much better than CRV. All right. All right. Anybody got anything else? And then we'll wrap it up. Because it's been a long day. Man, this damn Bitcoin stuff is stressful. Just go already. Do your trash and get it over with. All right, fellas. I appreciate y'all staying with me. I know it's late and people are tired. We had, I think, 16 on here at one point. We're down to 7. Clearly, everybody's tired. I'm tired. It's Thursday. We've had stressful ass shit. So, I'll catch y'all fellas back over in the Telegram. I appreciate everybody who showed up, especially if you were new people. Please come back. I have a ton of respect for anybody who shows up and listens to my dumb ass talk. So I appreciate every bit of it. Hopefully you learned a little bit tonight. If we didn't, no sweat. I got some more shit lined up for the next class. We'll do it then. Until then, see y'all guys on the next video.